psychometric expert, a management consultant, has 23 years of experience as a senior HR profession in India as well as Dubai. Now, what she likes is she loves traveling all around the world and has traveled around about 21 countries till now. Without wasting much time, I would like to present one and only Nishi Shetty. The stage is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Renira, and it's my pleasure and a humbling experience to be invited by you, Empowerment Talks, and it's a lovely platform. Thanks to all the audience who's joined to hear and listen to me, and I hope I'm able to do justice to your expectations. So, Renira, I would like to ask you in what format I'll be moving on. I have a presentation. Do you want me to just take that
Sure.
so that the audience can connect to that? And
Yes.
in case people have questions, they can ask me at the end of the presentation or during the presentation. I'll keep my chat open.
That's perfect.
Unless there is another format that you would like to.
No, absolutely fine. What you can do is you can take over. You can share the screen actually with your presentation. Go ahead with your presentation, and after that, we will take the Q&A. Absolutely fine.
All right. Okay. So welcome, everyone. And I have started recently this program, which was launched a month back. Get Set Go to become a money magnet. And Get Set Go is about creating the energy. To become the money magnet is about changing your mindset. So if you may think that this particular program and workshop is about knowing more investment opportunities, then probably you are wrong. So it is not knowing investment opportunities, but it is about having an investment mindset. So we are working on three areas, which is attracting, retaining, and growing money. So let's share my presentation and you will understand. And by the end of this 1 hour, I hope and I'm sure you will be in a position where you can coach others to grow their money. All right, so a Get Set Go Money Magnet program is a program where we are working on three areas mainly. But before that, I would like to ask you, why learn about money? Yeah, there are three reasons. There could be three reasons why you want money. One is either it is for yourself. So it's about I, you, and them. So you may need money just to have to sustain your basic needs, your own requirements. The second reason is you may be needing money for helping your family or your friends and the extended family. And the third reason is you may want to be a philanthropist. You may be needing money to do the social work to help others. So what is your reason? I would like to know in the chat box, what is your reason? Is it reason number 1, 2, or 3? And I'll just give a few seconds while you answer me, and then I move on. So while I was looking at this topic and I was thinking of the details that I would be talking about, and I came to this reason. It is very important to know your why. So once you know your why, it would be very interesting to pick up those areas which actually fits into your why, your reason, so that you can create a GPS, your roadmap to attract, retain, or grow money. So what's your why? What's your reason? 1, 2, or 3? Okay, so you can put it in the chat box. Moving on, the takeaway from today is you would be changing your money story. When I say money story, we all have a story. We have a relationship story, we have a money story, we have a life story. And every story has an emotional journey. So by the end of the session, we would want you to change your money story. And when I'm talking about the story could be taking you away from the money, or it could be taking you towards money. So if it is a story that's not really going towards money, you will be able to change your story. And how does it sound? Does it sound exciting to you that you will be changing your story? Okay, so let me tell you about my story and my journey. I come from a place called Delhi in India. I was born in Bhopal, and then I moved to Delhi when I was 6 years old. When I was small, there were certain belief systems that were embedded into me because I was born to the parents who were baby boomers and who were born in the era of industrialization. You remember those timings and the stage that India was in 1942s and 1947, when the belief system that I got as a gift from my parents was, look at others first, help others first, and look at yourself later. Now, this could be good, but if you do it in excess, it could be damaging you and it could be creating money leakages. And that's what happened with me. So I came into my adolescence with that belief system. And then I was from a middle class family. It was a fairly nice education and it was a good journey. But I had this burning ambition to do better. We were three siblings, and what I always heard from our parents is, do not splurge onto luxury. We don't have enough. And this not having enough became a block, got stuck into my life. It as if it seems it became a blogger into my life, and I felt I'm not moving ahead. So there was an ambition which was bubbling inside me. And then we moved to UAE in 2000, 20 years back exactly. Last week we've completed 20 years. And then we had these financial goals. I became very passionate about real estate investments. So growing, definitely earning and retaining was definitely my passion. What I also got as a gift from my father was to earn and save and invest. And I was a planner from the very beginning. So I got passionate about real estate, which used to be the only investment back then. And then there was a time when every alternative I was transacting, buying or selling. And that really helped me. And this is the house that I stay in. And I have a very beautiful house where I have a marina view. I get up in the morning and I see the sea. And that's very gratifying because I took the right decisions. So what actually happened and what did I do in my journey? These are my certifications. I'm certified in Psychometric, SHL, and 7-Wave. I'm a pranic healer. I'm a master practitioner in NLP. I have certifications of personality, MBTI, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, and DISC. And I'm also an ICF and NLP certified coach. And I'm an expert on emotional intelligence as well as certified on that. And I'm also certified on Hague 360 feedback. This is my journey. Now, you would know that 90% of the money magnetism is about mindset. It is only 10%, which is the skills. However, it is the complete full body sports that attracts money, which is speak, feel, and do. So there is a language that you say, there is emotions that you have towards or against money, and there are actions and behaviors. So let's see what it is. This is the iceberg model. So on top of the iceberg, which is 10%, is skills and knowledge. And we think that the success comes from the visible part of the iceberg, whereas that is not the case. So we have 90% of the submerged iceberg, which is invisible, which is values and traits and emotions and belief systems, which actually impacts the behaviors and the 10% which we are showing to others. So what is money for you? Is money, I would like to know in the chat box, raise your hand or let me know in the chat box, is money energy for you? Is it a basic need or is it a lifestyle? What do you need money for? What is your story of the money? I'll just wait for a few seconds to understand what is money for you. All right. Okay, moving on. What are the money challenges? It is very important to understand why we are looking to be the money magnet, because there are some challenges that we have in our journey of life or about the journey of money. That is number one. Do you have a backup plan? And now this is very apt during the pandemic situation. During COVID-19, a lot of people are losing their jobs. They're they're not finding opportunities. And most of them, trust me, in my circle, they only know one skill. if they have been HR professional, the only thing that they know is to be a HR professional. Or if they've been into sales, they would only know how to sell a particular item, which because they're coming from a specific industry. Now, during this journey, during your career journey, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever, what has been your personal growth journey? What has been your backup plan? Do you have enough courage, skills, cushion, and the money backup to take the leap of faith? So this is challenge number one. Challenge number two, the belief system that I carried from my childhood was help others, keep yourself later, bring others first. Now, this financial support actually became very damaging for me because I ended up giving more and keeping less for myself. Now, do you have that challenge? Do you suffer from this? That you feel guilty when you're not able to help others? Coming from a certain place and a certain belief system, and the place that I come from, certain culture, this is a very, very prominent belief system. Is this your challenge? Let me know on the chat box. And then decision making is very important. Wrong decisions can land up in a very damaging, either in investment or a job or a relationship at work, which could take you down on your career path. So wrong decisions are very, very impactful in your life success. Spending behavior is very important. Now, this is something that I have learned over the years. Whenever you buy, do you look at whether it's a need or a want? Are you spending on luxury? Are you splurging? Or it is actually contributing to just your need? Are you living frugally? Or you're living a lifestyle which you may not be able to support after a certain period of time? There is nothing right or wrong about it. But what is important is, are you able to have a consistent lifestyle, whether it's frugal or whether it's a luxurious lifestyle? And if you're able to manage a consistent luxurious lifestyle, so be it, you can go ahead with it. But very important to know, are you spending on need or are you spending on wants? So if you have taken the loans or your debts and mortgages just to support your wants, then you need to think twice. So what are your challenges? Let me know in the chat box. Out of these 4 challenges, what are your challenges? So some people say they have a basic need. Some people say they see money as energy. Okay, so if we put these challenges in the box, yeah, and these boxes are the visible part of iceberg. Let's look at the language and let's look at the personality. This is what we see, don't we? We look at the personality of somebody who's confident and who has a very good lifestyle. His attire is very good and he dresses up very well. What image does it give you? It gives us the image that the person is very well off. He has a lot of money, which may not be true for him. So it may be a wrong personality story that that person may be depicting. The second story is the language story. Your language, it could be hurting money. There is a language that hurts money. There is a language that attracts money and grow money. So these 2 areas can be put in the box of visible part of iceberg. And then there are other challenges which could be categorized into a mindset or emotions or belief systems or values that you have, which is the invisible part of iceberg. So these are the things that we carry in our subconscious. They're stored there. Do you know that we have 1 million thoughts coming every minute in our body, in our mind? And our mindset, our mind, our brain, it actually filters them. And then it stores in the subconscious only that will help us. So our mind actually protects us. But then there is something called a synaptic connection, which says use it or lose it. So anything which we keep thinking, talking, feeling, and believing about gets to become strengthened with the brain. So our nerves, when they're connecting with the brain, if you're talking positive things and having positive emotions, it gets strengthened. And on the contrary, if you're talking about the negative issues, events, emotions, impact, being in the victim mode, it actually impacts negatively. This is the invisible part of the iceberg. So what's your story? Let's identify. What story are you sharing? What words are you speaking or not speaking? What is your silence saying to the people? What are the things that you are seeing? What is your glasses? Are they green glasses or are they red glasses? They always see problem in everything that you see. And what are the words that you're hearing and you have decided not to hear? What is your money story? I would like to share a video here with you. Let me know if you can hear this. Just a second, please.
Yeah, we can hear.
You can hear, okay.
There isn't any audio. Is there an audio?
Yes.
No, that you cannot hear the audio.
Yeah,
Can you hear it?
No.
Yeah, that's, I think the computer sound I have not. Oh,
You'll have to actually select it once you share the
Yeah.
screen. Did you select the computer audio?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay now?
Yes.
Hi, today in this very short video, I'm going to talk about the drama triangle. So there are three corners of this dreaded drama triangle of human interactions. The first one is the victim. For some people, nothing is ever right. It could be the friends, the colleagues, the society, the boss, the country, the roads, the politicians, the place, the children. Anything or everything is always wrong and they can't do anything about it. The best that they're doing is what they are doing. And the second one is to be a hero, to be the rescuer. So the people who are in the victim mode will come to these people and they say, oh, let me help you. Let me fight your battle. I'll help you. They want to be and feel like a hero to give them the temporary satisfaction. And the third one is to be in the blame mode. Either they are kicking themselves. I'm not right. I can never do it. I don't have the skill. I don't have the confidence. Oh, I can't ever get it right. Or they are blaming others. So they just find somebody to throw the responsibility onto them. So to be in any of these corners is wrong and we keep jumping from one to another. What is the right way? To be out of this drama triangle and to be either a coach or a challenger in terms of helping somebody to think what's the right way, what is the right thinking, what could they do better. So basically moving from the problem mindset to the solution mindset is the right way of being.
Nishi, was there an audio and a video or just the audio?
Say again.
Was it an audio and a video? Because we couldn't see the video.
Oh, you couldn't? No, it was both. Oh,
no.
Okay. All right. Should I do it again?
Yes, please. The audience really wants to see the video.
Let me know then if you can see it. Can you see it?
No.
Oh, okay. Just bear with me for a second.
What you can do is just stop sharing and reshare the whole.
Yeah. Bear with me just a second.
Sure.
Should have worked.
Absolutely fine. It does happen sometimes. We have a lot of people interested in this topic today. We have about 95 people. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
So I'll share my screen now.
Yeah, I think Faisal has also shared the YouTube link here. Okay.
Yeah, he must have done it from the YouTube.
So, not really. That is
the link for the empowerment job.
Okay. Now let me know if it is working.
Yes. Yes, Nishi.
Both audio and video, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Hi, today in this very short video, I'm going to talk about the drama triangle. So there are three corners of this dreaded drama triangle of human interactions. The first one is the victim. For some people, nothing is ever right. It could be the friends, the colleagues, the society, the boss, the country, the roads, the politicians, the place, the children. Anything or everything is always wrong and they can't do anything about it. The best that they're doing is what they are doing. And the second one is to be a hero, to be the rescuer. So the people who are in the victim mode will come to these people and they say, oh, let me help you. Let me fight your battle. I'll help you. They want to be and feel like a hero to give them the temporary satisfaction. And the third one is to be in the blame mode. Either they are kicking themselves. I'm not right. I can never do it. I don't have the skill. I don't have the confidence. Oh, I can't ever get it right. Or they are blaming others. So they just find somebody to throw the responsibility onto them. So to be in any of these corners is wrong and we keep jumping from one to another. What is the right way? To be out of this drama triangle and to be either a coach or a challenger in terms of helping somebody to think what's the right way, what is the right thinking, what could they do better. So basically moving from the problem mindset to the solution mindset is the right way of being.
Thank you for your patience. And now I will share the presentation again. Okay, so we were talking about the feel story. What is the feel story? Do we feel guilty about money because of the limiting beliefs that we have had? Have you had that situation that you are receiving money? There are some people who have a problem in receiving money and they kind of feel guilty. They just can't receive money. And there are others who just can't give money. Yeah, whenever they give money, they feel, no, I need this for myself. So you could be in any kind of a situation, equation, but identify what emotions do you attach to the money, because it is very important to identify and be aware of those emotions. And then if they are actually taking you away from the money goal, then you need to remove them. Do you enjoy being with the money and then you help yourself and others? Do you have a fear of money? So it could be anything, and it is very important to be aware and change your emotions. Now, I would like to share this picture, which I really feel so excited and happy to share this, because we don't know this. Now, this is about quantum physics, and you must have heard about law of attraction, and the whole world gives motivational speeches about law of attraction. Oh, what is law of attraction? What is quantum physics? So law of attraction is quantum physics, which says that every emotion has a frequency. So if you want to tune into FM, you tune into that particular frequency, right? And there's a process. Similarly, whenever we relay any emotion, and here the frequency is given of that emotion. So suppose, for example, you exhibit anger, so which has a frequency of 150. What it does is it goes into the universe and it attracts the same frequency emotion, which is anger again, and you will land up into more situations that will create more anger. And when you emit love, which has a frequency, which is a higher frequency of 500, it will land you up into situations and events that will create more love and joy and happiness. So always remember that higher positive emotions have a higher frequency. So do not come down on your emotions, because through law of attraction, it will attract more of these. Okay, so moving on, then we are talking about speak story. You know, there are two stories that we speak: language to others and language to self. Self-talk could be very, very damaging, and it could be very empowering. So what language do you speak to yourself? I'll give you some examples. Oh, you know, the economy is down. There are no jobs in the market. that company has laid off 600 people. Do you think you will get a job? I don't think so. You'll have to go back to your home country. You'll have to restart something. I don't know what the future is. What kind of language are we speaking, and what kind of emotions we are generating inside us, and what frequency it is giving to the universe, and it is going to attract the same. I got good news about two people in my circle. One who got an HR job after 2 years, after being laid off for 2 years, he got a job offer. Another one, after 7 months, he's got a job. In this lockdown period, another two of my friends and my own brother in India, they are doing multiple times more business during the lockdown, during COVID-19 situation, than they were doing earlier. What does this tell us? This tells us that in any situation, you can do well. In any situation, you can meet success only if you're focused in your speak, feel, do story. So we have to be very careful what we are speaking to others and to ourselves. And then there is do story, which is what are your actions and your behaviors? Are you splurging money? Are you damaging and spoiling the money that is coming to you? The money that is coming to you will grow only when you are using it correctly. So you need to look at the actions and the behaviors which are taking your money either towards your money goal or away from your money goal. And decision making is a big part of it. Do you even have a money goal? I ask people, what is your money goal? And honestly, 95% of the people do not have a money goal. I was doing this workshop 2 weeks back, and there was a lady, and she said, you know what, I just go and I love my sister and I buy gifts for her. And that is an expense. I said, you know why? Because you don't have a money goal. And if you have a money goal for your sister, that when she's going to the first year of the university, you're going to sponsor her education, you will stop spending and waste money on these smaller things, because you will have a bigger money goal which you will be saving for. So is your money story feeding the goal? It's making you richer or poor? You need to ask yourself, and you can answer to me in your chat box. Do you have a money goal? Yes or no? Because if you don't, then we are in trouble. And I move on. And this is one of the testimonials from one of my participants in the workshop. And she was very, very happy with this blended experiential training program, because we combined MBTI, we combined value systems. We also included one session was only on the personality, where you will understand your money personality code and how it impacts your money behavior, because a certain personality traits take you away or towards money. So it was a very humbling experience to get this testimonials. Change your story, change your life. What story am I talking about? Speak, feel, and do. So speak is language, feel is emotions, and do is actions and strategy. So the new story you speak, your self-talk and your talk with others, your language with others at all times have to be right. It has to be right. It has to be empowering your money goal. It should not be taking you away from the goal. And what can you do to understand this? You can just observe, what language are you speaking? There's a language that hurts. There's a language that hurts money. There's a language that hurts success. I need to be in control. I'm angry. I cannot get a job. It's not fair. My boss has not done fairness to me. He has promoted somebody else. There is so much of politics in the company. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think people cannot observe these things while you're in an organization and doing this kind of gossip? They do. And what happens when there are two people equally competent, giving equal results? They have the similar level of skills, but one is gossiping and the other one is only focused on the results in the organization. Who will get the next promotion? One or two? It's a no-brainer, right? So we need to be very careful about what language that we speak to others. Are you ready and excited to change your story? We do it in 3 steps. I have a program where I do it in 3 steps. First is to assess your current money story, change the money story, and empower the story. So this is another testimonial that I got from one of my participants, and he was not joined. He's in the US, and which was in my program, we had mostly people from UAE and India. So it was 11 hours behind. He just heard my webinar and he decided, let me take it as a refresher. And after joining the program, he is following all of the learnings and he's changing his money story. It's a 2 weeks program. And I would like to tell you, what do I have in this treasure chest? There is this money assessment. And there is a wheel of life and there is a wheel of money. So this is a money wheel. And the various areas are attraction of money, retention, which is saving, growing money, investments. So these are different sections. Protecting, which could be through insurance, the spending behavior, the language and the money relationship, the value systems you have. And what you need to do is the center of the circle of the wheel is 0. And the circumference is, the sides are 10. So 10 is the highest and 0 being the lowest. You self-rate yourself on these 8 sections. And the 3 which are the lowest, these are the areas which you will actually choose and you will create an action strategy to improve on these areas. So it could be money leakages. And in our program, we talked a lot about the money leakages. And this decision making. So in the personality type, there is a decision-making process. So there is a 4-step decision-making process. And if you follow that, all of your decisions are always right. How amazing it is. And this is the decision-making model. So because this is not a training on the personality type, it is a separate training that I do, which is based on the MBTI Myers and Briggs type indicator model. But the 2 areas, important areas in the decision-making are the first dichotomy is these are 2 opposites and we behave in either of this. The sensing is how do we like to receive information or believe in information? What information do we trust? Some people are very detailed and there are intuitive people who are a big picture people. Now, whenever you're taking a decision, you start from getting all the details of that particular subject. Get all the details, whatever is existing, what has happened before, how it has impacted. And then you move on to the big picture, which is how these details can help you and create other opportunities, how it can help your family, how it can help your future, how it can help you in your money goal. And then you come to the decision making. So thinking is a logical decision making. After you've received all the information, you think logically whether logic is applying and how logically it is a right decision. And if it is a wrong decision logically, you do not take that decision. So this is the way you move. Okay. And then you finally move to feeling part. How your logical decision is impacting the stakeholders. Because many times, one of them, a family person, takes a logical decision, it is not helpful to the family. For example, you move to UAE and the weather is not right for the lady of the house, for the spouse, for wife. And she's just not happy, or she has lost her career while moving here and she's constantly upset about it. So it is very important that your logical decision actually is also suitable for all the stakeholders, for all the family. And this is how you take the right decision. So after you have taken the decision, I was doing this MBTI personality type training, and Nigara, one of my friends from Lisa Nichols' group, she was very, very, she was awakened. She got her aha moment in understanding how her personality code and her personality type could actually bring success in her journey. And she's an entrepreneur herself. Then we talk about the language of money, which we have talked about a little earlier. Relationship with money. What is your emotional journey with money? What is your value system? We talk a lot about value system. And when we were doing this exercise, we realized some people don't have money as their value. Their value is very different, which could be the family, which could be the career. So there are people who are very much into the career, but they are not about money. So let me tell you this is very important, and listen to me very carefully on this. It is not always happening. It is not always realistic that you may be having a good career, but you may also be getting good money. There are people who have a lower position, they're getting higher money, and vice versa. Why is that? Because their money values are higher, their position may be lower. So this is very important. And emotions, emotional journey, as I was talking about, the frequency of emotions and what are your emotions with the money impact a lot about the money on the money, the money attraction and the retention and the growth. And the certificate that I have is EQ 2.0I, and there are 5 facets and 15 sub-facets of emotional journey. So this is emotional intelligence chart. So self-awareness, which is self-regard, is the most important. When we say self-regard means you have the balanced awareness of your strengths and of your weakness, which is different from self-confidence. Self-confidence is mainly about just knowing your positives, but self-regard is important. And then self-expression is very important, because if you are not emotionally expressing yourself positively, do you think you're going to have good relationships, good career, good opportunities, good decisions? No, it impacts everything. So how do you express yourself related to your emotions? And then third is interpersonal, which is your relationships about emotional with emotions. So all of your emotions are impacting your relationships. It's creating relationships or sustaining or growing. If you're emotionally not balanced, if you're emotionally not matured, you keep losing relationships, which is very important for your career, for your money growth, for your success in life. Decision making is the fourth aspect, which your emotions, and I'm sure everyone can relate to it. Has it ever happened with you that your emotions has actually got you into trouble with a decision, whether it is an investment decision, whether it's a decision about job or any other decisions? So emotions impact the decision making a big time. And the fifth is stress management. So are you able to manage your stress because of the emotion? Sometimes when we have low emotional control, the stress increases. Even when there is no stress, people create stress, and vice versa. There are people who are emotionally very mature and they have high emotional intelligence. They are able to take any kind of stress because they have high flexibility. So this is about emotional intelligence that we cover. And then we have belief systems. And I was telling you about certain beliefs that I carried in my life, which I changed and removed. And then what is important is the strategy and action. When you have the right strategy, you have the right action. So this is about the program, and I will now stop sharing the program, because if anyone is interested, they can write to me. And I will now hand over to Renira. She can take the questions, and I'm open to everyone for the questions as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nishi Shetty. This has been an amazing, amazing ride. You have covered a topic that not many are very open about. Not many are out there to teach you. And I'm so grateful that you came out here and you were ready to talk about Money Magnet. Thank you so much. I do have a few questions of my own before I get into the audience question. I want to know role of positive psychology in life. How does it play an important part when it comes to Money Magnet?
Right. Thank you for the question, Renira. People don't understand what is positive psychology, and they confuse positivity with the positive psychology. So positive psychology is basically talking and taking yourself, your story, always on the success growth. Yeah. So positive psychology has many aspects. And I was talking about personality. I was talking about emotions, the skills, and we talk about our suppressed emotions. When you're working on all of these areas, you're using coaching, you're using self-coaching model. Yeah. So you all must have heard about grow coaching model. So positive psychology helps you in moving positively in all areas of your life, in changing your story every second of the day and getting you success. So if you're already successful, you grow more, you grow better. Whereas positive emotions is just looking at the positive side of anything. So that's the role. Yeah.
Wow, that's a brilliant answer. Thank you so much. I want to know why. I know that you have a lot of certifications with, being a hypnotherapist and NLP, timeline therapy. Why did you choose this topic?
Okay, so I chose this topic because I have been into HR, and I was always interacting with people. And HR in previous times used to be more about skills, growing the skills, giving them arranging, coordinating. And during this journey, the passion grew, and I realized that I was gifted with this skill of transforming people. People call me a motivational speaker, which I'm not actually. I'm more transformational. I'm more strategic. So I help people in changing their story. So this entrusted me to attain those certifications, which could help me grow my skills and help other people. NLP was a big transformation for me in 2010 when I did it. In 2015, I did NLP, a master practitioner course, and I use NLP every day. So, for example, during the day, I speak to somebody and I feel I'm hurt, or I get frustration or anger. We are all humans. So what I do is I just stop work. I stop work. I take few minutes because I have these 5 minutes to 10 minutes techniques that can change your story, change your negative emotion like this. And I just stop everything, change my emotion, and then get back to work. And what happens there? When I do that, I am giving a full output, 100% of me to the work.
I would really like to know 4 to 5 tips that you do as a positive instead of the negative, if it's okay to share.
Sure. So when I look at when you have an event, yeah, and you are getting negative emotions in that event. Now, most of us, I say, assumption is the mother of all problems. Okay, so most of us do not look at the reality. We assume this person has said these words because he has this intention of hurting me, or because he wants to show me down, or he doesn't believe in my skills, or he prefers somebody else. Now, is that the reality, or is that an assumption? So always do the reality check. If you are not aware, because you know why we are assuming these things, it could be because of certain past incident. The past is past. You have to cut it. Or it could be because of your past experiences with somebody else. Now you bring that trash and of that experience and put that garbage onto this situation with a new person. So reality check is one. And while you've asked this, if you don't mind, I want to share one very simple technique that people can use to cut their negative emotions. I was doing this in one coaching session just before the session. So if you feel any negative emotion, for example, anger in a relationship, or a work relationship, this is what you do. Visualize that your emotion of anger is a rope, and it could be a thick rope, it could be a thin rope, depending on how close that relationship has been. And now that it has turned into a rope, one end of that rope is connected to you and the other end of the rope is connected to somebody else. Now what you do is either with a saw or a scissor, if you can, you know, somewhere when you are very connected, sometimes you can't do this, you cut that one end of your end of the rope, okay? And some people say, I can't cut it. It's so heavy, it's like a rock. And then I say, okay, if you can't cut it, drop it, okay? Or you burn it. So when you burn it, then you're able to cut that connection. And then you cut that connection from the other person, because here, the point here is this. You are not cutting the relationship. You're cutting the emotion of anger from that relationship. So here, the rope is only anger. The relationship is still there. So you cut that anger from the other side, and then you drop it and you burn it. See it burning until it turns into ashes. Take those ashes, put it into the sea, and it dissolves. You might be finding it funny, but trust me, in my coaching sessions, the client find very quick results and they feel very light because the anger has vanished. So that's my 2 cents on this.
Oh my God, that's an amazing, amazing technique to use. Thank you so much, Nishi, for sharing that with us. I'm sure a lot of people are going to take that down and, you know, try it out. Thank you for sharing that. I do want to know though, you know, what results should people expect after doing this money magnet course?
Okay, so after doing this money magnet course, we are dealing with 2 areas. One is the skills, the visible part of iceberg, and the other is the mindset. In the visible parts of iceberg, we are looking at the language, we are looking at the decision making, we are looking at the personality. All the people in the world are categorized into 16 personality types as per MBTI. And once you know, this is my personality type, and the customer's personality type and his decision making strategy is this. Can you imagine if you just change your language, change your presentation, modulate your things to suit his decision-making strategy, and you get success? So this is one area. And the other part is the mindset. And I'm talking about belief systems, emotions, because if you change those areas and if you just clean yourself, you change your story and you're attracting the opportunities are already coming to you, but you may be damaging. You may not be utilizing them. You may be taking wrong decisions. So your story turns around and you meet with success at the end of this program in all the three areas: speak, feel, do.
Wow, thank you. That's interesting. That's a very interesting concept. How do you think, like, what kind of qualifications do the people need if they want to go ahead and execute and, be a part of the program? Is there an eligibility?
The only qualification is you should be wanting to change yourself and change your story, and that's it. I had people who were millennials in my last program, from people from Australia to US, Dubai, India, millennials to people who are in middle age. So it suits everyone.
Wow. Okay. I just have one last question before I go to the audience. What else do you do on your mindset training besides Money Magnet?
All right. So I am a mindset trainer. So as you know, my certifications, I do on relationship. There is a similar program, a relationship magnet program that I do. And then I do a personality type training, because in personality type, there are 4 dichotomies. And once you know what is your personality code, I also teach in this program how can you assess and gauge the personality of others, be it a family member, your child, your customer, and then how you can change your strategy to meet success. So that is one. That's my passion. I've trained around 700 people just last 2 years, both corporate teachers, students, and the public. So these are some of my areas, and then one-to-one coaching and emotional intelligence, or whether it is relationship, whether it's money or success in any area. Career coaching is my favorite because I come from HR background, so career coaching is what I love.
Wow. Okay, thank you. You have a lot of certifications. That's the reason I was like, okay, what else does she do?